This is the Restore Square in downtown Lisbon, Portugal. Portugal is one of the oldest countries in Europe. Some Celtic tribes settled in the region in 700 BC. So on my first day of in Lisbon, I decided to join a walking tour, and I'll share with you in the early part of this video what I saw and heard during this walking tour. And we start from the Restore Square.
Em segundo lugar, e
Agora falta a
tem que arranjar um caixa. Então é só essa. Olha, manga não é lá muito longe.
National Theatre. This is the Church of Saint Dominic, building 1241. Amazingly, the church survived the 1755 earthquake and the major fire in 1959. But the damages left scars on its pillars and walls, as you can see.
And he said, for this reason, I have told you that
Em redes sociais.
baixa, chiava, língua vermelha.
The famous elevator in the middle of Lisbon.
Habremos tiempo.
It's my tour guide explaining the history of the statue and the elevator. The purple statue reminded me of a similar glow power statue in New York City. City view of Lisbon from on top of that elevator and the unfinished church. This church ran out of money, so didn't have money to put on the roof. But the facade is pretty awesome.
Snap je? Ja, dat is standaard. Je doet dat vaak in sturen.
Ja.
Dat kasteel daar allemaal zo. Ook een wijntje gedronken.
Dat kan,
Ja, we hebben foto's getrokken op dat groot. Dat was zo'n groot grasplein. En die vlindertuin.
Lots of red roofs.
Yeah, it's there. I saw her. Well, good. Go with you so they can rest a little bit.
Street view of Lisbon. Supposed to be the oldest library of the world.
Yeah, it's supposed to be.
A lot of tiles on the wall.
Yeah.
Ceramic tiles.
So well,
It's never work.
yes, it's art sometimes, but because when it became work, I don't know if you still love it. You know what the problem? Tricky. You want to do what you love,
Yes.
but then when it became work, what you love, you lose the passion for what.
Yeah.
So it's art. It's in Lisbon, in Europe, then they destroyed the mosque and they built churches, and that was one of the cases.
By the Tagus River on the shore. That's what you see. Stones painted over. St. Cathedral de Lisbon,
So we can also ask them to take us, for example, from here.
the largest cathedral of Lisbon. It's also the oldest church in Lisbon. They still have trolleys. Inside the Lisbon Cathedral. After all this walking and climbing, a pina colada looks very tempting, particularly since it comes in a real pineapple. On top of the castle, the view opens up right away. Cruise ship going by right outside Lisbon. View from the top of the castle. Castle from close up. This is the St. George Castle in Lisbon. It's a baby peacock. Peacocks roam free on the castle.
So what, it wants us to go down?
No, if inside or outside.
They're gonna cross the bridge and invade the castle.
That's on the also coming fast.
Here's the baby. Ooh, there are two babies. Actually, there are multiple baby peacocks. Peacocks. There's a whole peacock family over here. 4 baby peacocks. And 4 adults. There we go. Come on. 3 over there. And 1 over here. One over here. All the while, the male peacock is right here. And here comes his partner. Inside the castle courtyard. This is Pedro IV Square. It so happens that today was the anniversary of the Rose Revolution, and later on that day, a major celebration occurred right on the square. I felt very lucky to be able to witness this event. This is the Commerce Square by the Tagus River.
This place used to be the palace for the kings. Of the 6 figures, the 2 on the side are supposed to be river saints of the 2 famous rivers, Tagus and Dur.
Now we're looking at the castle from a viewing point far away. You're probably familiar with the song in the background. In fact, you tend to meet a lot of Americans in Portugal. Portugal is actually one of the top destinations for US immigrants over the past few years.
That's the bridge.
St. Vincent Monastery.
With porcelain walls. And porcelain columns. A lot of tiles on the wall inside the monastery, St. Vincent Monastery. the royal pantheon inside the monastery. Say hi, Maru. All right, this is my local transportation through the old town in Lisbon, and my driver and tour guide, Maru. Thank you, Maru.
Okay.
Lisbon Port.
这个东西感觉这个东西知道就好了，就这个水平达不到我。这个东西艺术，你叫我做音乐家，我怎么做音乐家？摄影师，我怎么做摄影师？没这个水平，对不对？
Coastal view of Lisbon. Ajuda National Palace in Lisbon. Inside the National Palace, there is a porcelain room of all the rooms. King's bedroom. Royal dining room. The Chinese room in the National Royal Palace.
After all, Portugal did colonize Macau for 442 years.
It's a family from the Qing dynasty. The throne room. The banquet hall. Another huge painting on the wall. That's
My last activity in Lisbon is to take a river cruise. I want to see the city from the Tagus River. So let's go.
from the cruise. That's a happy crowd.
if you find this Jesus Christ statue look familiar, you are not alone. In fact, it was inspired by a similar statue in Rio, Brazil. From here, the Tagus River flows into the Atlantic Ocean. And if you keep going, you can reach London, Hamburg, or New York City. But I'm going to turn back because I want to visit the beautiful city Sintra, which is in the suburb of Lisbon. Hope to see you there in my next episode. Till then,